So this is probably the last video you'll see here because I moved next week, so I'm finally getting away from the people downstairs. So I just wanted to do a quick video because I made this for my personal Instagram, like where my friends and family can see, because they had questions about things. So I thought I'd explain it here too. So this is just kind of a basic why do we darn point shoes, darning tips kind of thing. I'm not going to go through a whole showing you darning my point shoe because honestly there's tons of videos out there and I don't feel like mine would be all that interesting to watch. No offense. So I'll just kind of go through things, show you things, and we'll see if that's helpful. So I normally wear Suffolk sonnets. I don't darn these. I don't really need to, because generally when we're darning point shoes, we're darning them because we need more stability on the box. We need the box to last longer. These, generally for me at least, die in the shank before they do in the box. So usually my box doesn't get squishy in these. They're also very, very flat platforms, so I'm not concerned that I'm wobbling on these at all. But occasionally I do wear Freeds. Since I got fit at Freed last year, I do really like them. They're just harder to get here and they're more expensive here than they were in England. So I bought a bunch when I was in England and brought them back with me. But I'm also like protective of once I go through them, that's kind of it, because it's just a lot more expensive. Although I did find out I wear the kid size, so that's why mine were cheaper. So we'll see. But anyway, so I have a few pairs here of Freeds. So these are all the ones I got in England. Starting with the pair that, no. Okay, starting with this is the pair I originally got fit with and have worn so that it's pretty much dead. The box is a little squishy and the darning has worn down, so I'm gonna re-darn them. That's what I'm doing here, because you can go around again and then, so like, here's a pair I just did recently. So you can see, hopefully that's focusing. I honestly can't tell if it's doing a good job of that or not. Hang on, let me see. Here we go. Okay, so you can kind of see what this one looks like. It's got nice thick darning. So then the one that I still haven't done yet, the old one, looks like there. It's trying to focus. I can see it's trying to. There we go. So you can see it's very thin. I probably didn't do it that well, and it's like kind of, it's just very like, it's not doing much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, I already started to on a different one. I am redarning around it. So this is the matching shoe to that one. So I'm redarning. Let me refocus here again for you. I wanted to use my big camera, but I just couldn't figure out the right setup. So right now we're just using my little vlogging camera. So I'm redoing it around, I've already got another layer going, but the other thing is if you have shoes that kind of knock you like sickled, if you tend to go to your pinky toe instead of your big toe, you can darn on the edge where your pinky toes are a little bit higher. So you can see it's a little bit more raised on this side, and that will push you more to a correct position, to push you more onto your big toe instead of your pinky toe. So I'm doing that with my shoes. That's why these, I don't know if you can see it as well on camera, but like you can see the edges of them on each side are a little bit higher because I have put more where my pinky toes will sit. Because when, most of you will know this, but for the people that don't, when you get a pair of point shoes, they just look like this. So this is my last pair. I haven't done anything. It's still rock solid. So there's obviously no darning or anything, no sewing. So we do all that on our own, but it's not the most stable platform. Obviously, there's just a lot more to stand on. With this, it just gives you a better idea. This is not always flat. Freeds are kind of known for that they're not generally going to be very flat and stand up straight. So you kind of got to do that yourself. I will still step on the box and do all my normal stuff. I just haven't broken these ones yet because I'm saving them. They're my last pair. But then I will darn the tip because it also gives you, so darning will give you a broader platform. It will help preserve the life of the point shoes. When I wear Freeds, they actually tend to die in the box first more than anything else. They get really squishy. So this pair, I did already jet glue in the inside too. Just like, I don't even know if you'll be able to see that, but it's glued down in there. Sorry guys, I'm not used to using my autofocus by touching it on there. So you can see there's some glue down in there. That's to kind of harden the box again, which it did do, but I still feel like the very tip can get a little squishy. And sometimes glue can mess with the shape of the box too. So you kind of, most people would say you'd rather glue when your shoes are new as opposed to when you've worn them and they're dying, because it can actually make them worse. I had that happen with some Suffolks that I tried to glue back to life, not this pair, and now I can't wear them at all. So they were already dying anyway. But so if you know where your shoes are already gonna die, it's best to just do it ahead of time, because then they're molding to your feet with the glue already there, and it's not like you're trying to overcorrect, if that makes sense. But again, back to why we darn them. Like I said, so you're gonna get a more stable platform, you're gonna get more wear out of your shoes. So like shoes like this that I've already kind of dyed and I've glued them back, I'm gonna redarn them because the box isn't really squishy yet. And so for me, that means they're still good. So if I redarn them again, I might get more use out of them before I have to retire them. So that's my goal. But yeah, and everybody's darning is a little different. I just picked this up at Michael's. So, and I know a lot of people use a curved darning needle. I don't. I do double loop the thread because otherwise it takes way too long. So I do a double layer, and then I have just a normal needle. And then I just kind of, I'll show you like one stitch just to help, but like I will push the needle through, loop it around, hold this down, pull the needle through, and that creates another loop. Sorry, it keeps trying to refocus back again. So, but that's how, and I just keep going around. And like I said, I'll build up more where my pinky toe sits because that'll help push me towards my big toe. So hopefully that helps. There are a lot more methods. There's a Lena, Dance by Lena has a couple videos on them, and one of them, and I really want to pay more attention to it and watch it again and see how her friend did it, where she said certain ways that you darn are going to give you more of a squishy darning. So like if you push down on the thread, it's going to squish down, whereas the one she learned to do actually supports it more, so it makes it a more hardened thread. And on top of that, you can glue around the thread when you're done darning to kind of like, just with a little bit of jet glue, to kind of hold the darning in place and really support it. I wouldn't do a lot with that because I have not tried that, but that would be a good video to watch too. I think that's all I have to say on this, but yeah, I also just find it really relaxing. I like sewing point shoes, especially Freeds. I don't like sewing gainers. I poke myself with a needle every time, but Freeds are like buttery soft. They're so easy. So like just, I sit down, watch a movie, watch TV shows, and darn. Sometimes I kind of just think I do it for fun. Like this pair that I'm redoing, I don't know that they'll work, but it as well. I don't mind doing it. So that's all. Yeah, next time you guys see me, I will be in my new place, and hopefully my dance space will be awesome. I'm just so excited. It's all gonna have hard floor, except for the bedrooms, which doesn't matter, which unfortunately means I can't use one of the bedrooms as my dance room, but that's okay. The dining room will have hard floor, and it's like a light gray hard floor, so it'll look really nice and light. And yeah, my living room will be all hard floor, so like if I ever needed to, I could probably push my coffee table and couch out of the way to like use that space. So, and there's lots more windows and bright air, and so I'm just really excited, and excited to not have to deal with the stuff I've been dealing with for the past 2+ months here. So it'll be a good change. But yeah, so who knows what it'll look like next time you guys see me, but I'll see you guys soon.